and say, Behold, the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have built an altar on the frontier land of Canaan, in the region of the Jordan, on the side occupied by the children of Israel. And when the children of Israel heard of it, the whole congregation of the children of Israel gathered together to Shiloh to go to war against them. Luckily, they were given an opportunity to explain it, and they said, No, we built that not as a sign of rebellion, as you have miscalculated, but as a sign that we have the same heritage, so that we won't forget that we are part of the nation of Israel. And so that one had a happy ending, but there was a miscalculation there for a while that could have been quite costly. Let's go to Judges chapter 15 and verse 2. In another situation, we have Samson, who was supposed to be married. There were a few people upset over what had happened, shall we say. Samson had proposed a riddle, and she managed to coerce the answer out of him, and some bad things ensued after that. But then later on, he went back to pick up his wife, and her father said in Judges 15:2, I really thought that you thoroughly hated her. Therefore, I gave her to your companion. Is not her younger sister better than she? Please take her instead. Samson wasn't amused with the deal. And of course, more problems ensued as a result of that. But he says, well, I thought you didn't want her. Did I tell you that? Why did you draw that conclusion? Another jumping to a misguided conclusion. Next, let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 1 and verse 13. 1 Samuel 1 and verse 13. This concerns Naomi. Hannah. And Hannah spoke in her heart, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore, Eli thought she was drunk. She was not drunk. And she got what she was praying for eventually, but notice that when he saw her, he just leaped to that conclusion. It was unwarranted. The next one, 2 Kings chapter 5 and verse 11. 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 11. This one concerns Naaman, who had come down from Syria to be healed of his leprosy. And he didn't like the solution to his leprosy problem. The solution was to go wash in the Jordan River, dip in the Jordan River 7 times, and he would be clean. And he became enraged, and he said, Indeed, I said to myself, he will surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord his God and wave his hand over the place and heal his leprosy. He didn't do that. But that's what he thought. As he envisioned their meeting, he envisioned the prophet coming out and doing all of those things. Behold, I thought this is what he would do. But he didn't do that. You know, people are making that same mistake today about religion. They have certain ideas, they have certain concepts, and when they don't see that, well, there must be something wrong there because it isn't what I thought. That's not how you approach God. You approach God by what he thinks, not what you think he should think, but what actually is and what he has revealed to us. Of course, Naaman had a very good servant who convinced him that he should listen to what the prophet said. And he did, went and dipped in the Jordan 7 times, and his leprosy was cleansed. All right, let's go to Esther chapter 6 and verse 6. There was a night that the king could not sleep, and he was going through the archives, and he noticed that Mordecai had provided information which had saved him from a rebellion, which had saved him from being killed. And so he decided to reward him. But meanwhile, Haman had come in to want permission to take Mordecai out and hang him on a gallows that he had built. So Haman came in, and the king asked him, "What shall be done for the man whom the king delights to honor?" Now, we've read what's been going on, and we know the king delights to honor Mordecai, but Haman doesn't know that. And so he jumped to a conclusion. Now, Haman thought in his heart, "Who would the king delight to honor more than me?" Seems reasonable. And so he provides a list of things that the king ought to do. And it would have been interesting to see what happened to his face when the king says, "Oh, go do these things for Mordecai." But nevertheless, he jumped to a conclusion. Now let's take a couple examples in the New Testament. Luke chapter 9. Luke chapter 9, beginning with verse 52. "And Jesus sent messengers before his face," Luke 9:52, "and as they went, entered into a village of the Samaritans to prepare for him, but they did not receive him because his face was set for the journey to Jerusalem." They knew Jesus was not going to stay there. They knew he was going on to Jerusalem. They didn't want him just to visit momentarily. They wanted him there much longer.